for being here. For thousands of federal workers across the state of Minnesota, today should be payday. Instead, those workers are forced to make difficult decisions. Do I pay the mortgage or pay the daycare bill? Do I refill the grocery cabinet or refill my prescription? Now, we can disagree about how we got into this federal shutdown, and we can disagree about the path out. But I think all Minnesotans should agree that our federal workers should not have to endure financial suffering because of partisan bickering in Washington. So Senator Little and I today are unveiling new legislation that attempts to relieve the significant pressure our federal workers are facing. Our bill creates a public-private partnership to make interest-free loans that are guaranteed by the state available to federal workers affected by the shutdown. Workers would be able to borrow up to $5,000 a month for 3 months from participating banks and credit unions. No interest would accrue on those loans until 90 days after the end of the shutdown. Any private bank or credit union would be allowed to participate in the program. In fact, we're joined today by Rick Beeson from Sunrise Bank. And Rick is going to tell you that Sunrise is going to participate in the program if it's approved by the legislature. As an aside, I just want to commend Sunrise Bank for how quickly they've stepped up to the plate. It's really remarkable. We're also joined by Celia Hahn, who works for the Transportation Safety Administration and has been impacted by the shutdown. Over the last several days, many people have contacted me and asked, how can we help our federal workers? Minnesotans value their federal workers. They know that they keep us safe, help our farmers grow food that feeds the world, keep our economy going strong. Our federal employees deserve the dignity that everyone feels from working a job. They deserve to be able to provide for our families. Our message to our federal employees is that until the federal government gets their act together, we've got your back. And now I'll turn over to Senator Little.
Thank you, Representative. Our ability to rely on Washington, D.C. is at an all-time low. And to be honest, it wasn't all that high to begin with. So if folks want to debate the merits of a border wall, come to my office. I'll have that debate with you. If you want to debate about Trump and Pelosi, come to my office. I'll have that debate with you. But that's not what we're here for today. Because what's not debatable is whether or not the people we've entrusted to protect our country should get paid. It's not debatable. DC's failure means that we're here stuck cleaning up their mess. I'm proud to be an author of this bill in the Senate, and I'm grateful for Representative Stephenson's leadership in the House. I hope it goes a long way to help people get through this shutdown without getting behind on their mortgage, their health care, and their kids' expenses. Finally, if I can just send a brief message to Washington, D.C., get your stuff together. Thank you.
We'll now hear from Celia Hahn from the Transportation Safety Administration. Celia.
Hi. Thank you. Like many other federal employees, I haven't received a paycheck since December 31st. My paychecks have stopped, but my expenses haven't. On average, I spend about $500 a month on groceries just feeding myself and my 2 kids. And that's with me being relatively frugal. I have not had to choose between groceries or gas yet, and I haven't had to make a decision whether I'm going to work or I'm paying for daycare. Other employees are making those decisions right now. But I still need to decide what is needed now and what can wait. Since my last check, I've put orthodontics in both of my kids' mouths. I've held my sons back from their, I've held my kids back from their winter sports. I've held them back from attending birthday parties. And I've even put their own birthday party on hold that they turned 9 last month. Registration for spring sports has already begun, and so has registration for their summer camps. My paychecks have stopped, but life just keeps going. My oldest nephew turns 12 next week, and I don't think he's ever not gotten a birthday gift from his auntie. Though I've explained to my kids the reasons why things are waiting, why things are on hold, they're 9, they don't understand. They just want to buy books at the book fair, give their classmates Valentines, and have a little fun. Though missing out on movie theaters, trampoline parks, restaurants may seem pretty trivial, but it just goes to show that the impact that this shutdown has had on not only the affected federal employees, but their families, their friends, businesses, and the communities in which their income would support. While eventually I will receive back pay, it doesn't pay the bills now, and it doesn't make up for the stress and anxiety that working without pay brings. Like many others, I have contacted my creditors and have worked out delayed payments, and I've drastically cut back on unnecessary spending. But I worry that what I'm doing isn't enough. Do I need to cut back more? Am I stretching my money far enough? How long can I continue to work without pay? What is my breaking point? I ask myself these questions every day, several times a day, but I still don't have the answers. I know that I'm not alone, though. There's 800,000 other federal employees that are also asking themselves these questions. The legislation being introduced today would really help alleviate some of these worries. The last thing I want to do at this time is take on any additional debt in the form of late fees, high interest credit card fees, deferment fees, or interest-bearing personal loans. I want to thank Representative Stephenson and Senator Little for introducing this legislation. Not all federal workers have landlords or daycare providers that are willing to be flexible for an undetermined amount of time. Having access to loans without incurring additional debt in the process would ease the stress that has been forced upon federal employees at the moment. I'd also like to just take a brief moment to thank the support that me and my fellow officers at in Minnesota have received from the public. It's really been amazing. Thank you.
Thank you, Celia, and thank you and all of your colleagues in the federal government and the TSA for continuing to work to keep us safe. We really appreciate that. And now we'll hear from Rick Beeson at Sunrise Bank.
Good morning, and thank you, Representative Stephenson. My name is Rick Beeson. I'm Executive Vice President of Sunrise Banks. We're a billion-dollar urban bank in Minneapolis and St. Paul. And on behalf of our bank and for the hundreds of banks across the state of Minnesota, we're excited to be joining the state in this initiative to help the state's federal employees with cash flow and with related financial difficulties. We're in the business of serving people, and right now there's a lot of informal arrangements that are being implemented with federal employees at the bank level, loan extensions, waivers of fees, but having a formal program, I think, will elevate the need and a pathway for folks who do need help. I'm glad the legislation also includes a provision that includes financial counseling. In the case of our bank, we have a standing relationship with Lutheran Social Services of Minnesota, under which any customer can get confidential financial counseling, because it's not just about money, but it's about having a financial plan that a shutdown like this can have disrupted. So we're pleased to be working with the state and look forward to moving ahead with the program. Thank you.
Thank you, Rick, and it's really is great to have partners in the private sector that are stepping up to the plate. I know a lot of our corporate citizens have been doing that already. Representative Constantine was telling me about a bank in Mankato that's doing just that, a credit union in Mankato that's doing that. So I think we'll see support across the state for this program. I'm happy to take any questions. Yeah.
What does Ms. Hahn do in her work?
Do you want to speak to that?
Sure. I'm a transportation security officer at Minneapolis-St. Paul Airport.
What do you do at work?
I screen passengers and baggage,
For?
commercial flights,
Yep, meaning what are you looking for in the bags?
explosives, and other weapons.
You keep us safe when we travel, and we appreciate it very much.
So if you knew the shutdown was going to last this long, you probably would have done this a long time ago, right?
Yeah, I think we're in an unprecedented situation. I don't think anyone expected the shutdown to last this long.
The time is of the essence. What time today are you going to pass this?
We are going to have it in committee and Commerce on Tuesday.
Okay, and I might feel more comfortable if there were at least 2 Republican senators here. Do you have any sort of assurance?
Senator Bach and Senator Abler are on the bill, so I'll be, so we have one Republican. We need one more. I'm in conversations with a number of them because, there are federal employees in Waseca, Rochester, Bemidji, so we'll be speaking with all those senators where their constituents are greatly affected. So we have one, we just need one more.
Do you have a sense of how many banks are on board to help out with this?
It's very early. I've heard great enthusiasm from everyone I've talked to. I don't have a number for you, but I think that we're going to see a lot of people participating if it becomes law.
So if it clears the committees, how soon would it be on the floor, Mr. Leader?
We would be able to move this bill as soon as it's through committee. So as long as, if it can go through next week, in the 2 committee stops that it would have to hit, we would be ready to vote on the floor the following week, unless we could generate enough support from both parties to move it more quickly with a suspension of the rules.
If all goes according to that timeline and according to plan, how soon would furloughed employees be able to take out interest-free loans?
Well, that's probably a good question for Rick, too.
Yeah, I don't know if you do you want to speak to that?
Well, there is Dean's administering the program, and the banks need to apply. All that can be done very quickly, in my opinion. The guidelines are fairly straightforward. In our case, we've already looked at the compliance issues and the operational challenges. They're pretty minimal, so we'd be able to start making loans almost immediately.
As in within the same day kind of thing, or days?
Oh, yeah.
Would a shutdown end this? If I was a federal employee borrowing money, running up credit cards, I might want to, after the shutdown, take advantage of an interest-free loan, pay those off, repay the interest freeze. Is it going to stick around, or will it die if a shutdown ends?
The legislation as it's written now, the program ends the day after the shutdown ends. Certainly something we can continue to discuss over the next week.
Would it apply to future shutdowns?
It would not.
Ms. Hahn, would you take advantage of this, and what would it mean for you?
Yeah, I would take advantage of it. It would just mean being able to keep some consistency in my life and the day-to-day. Knowing that I'm going to be getting paid at some point is good, but it's not helping me right now. So this would help right now and not add any additional debt.
Actually, Dana came up with a great idea. Why, given that the timing of this is at issue, and you were maybe wish you had responded more quickly, why not have a system where it could be triggered with certain indicators for future shutdowns?
It's an interesting idea and one I think is worth considering.
Is she going to give credit?
Yeah, there you go. Okay, well, thank you very much for joining us today. Very much appreciate it.